Well done, Joel. By the way, you know Perrottet is an anti-vaxxer. He is. And his wife's not vaccinated, neither are his children. You think happy life, happy wife? The bloke's an idiot. He's an idiot. Anyway, up next, the guy that has worked so hard to build this particular movement. He's dedicated hours and hours and helped hundreds and hundreds of people. Ladies and gentlemen, the man himself, Mac.
All right. G'day Australia, my name's Mac and this is your halftime speech. Now I know the numbers were bigger before, and when we marched from Hyde Park all the way here, there were tens of thousands marching on the streets, not just on one lane, we took up the whole width of the street. And we have to thank the New South Wales Police for allowing us to do that and reclaim the line and take back our streets. The streets that we were locked away from for the last 18 months. Now let me all tell you one thing. You are all free. This isn't a rally to get our freedoms. You are free. And if you think you're not free, I suggest you get the next train out of Central to nowhere, because that's where you're going fast if you don't think you're free. We are free in our hearts. We are free in our minds. And I tell you this always. It is them that are not free. And that is why they do what they do to us. Because their hearts are caged. Their minds are imprisoned. Now believe you me. Yes, I've only been at this for 3.5 months. Prior to this, I was a school teacher for 4.5 years, and then I was told, you can no longer be a teacher unless you get 2 doses of the you know what. I said, thank you very much. I won't be taking that. And all of a sudden, I thought, I might be on my own here. I might be labelled an anti-vaxxer. I put out a halftime speech. My wife begged me, please don't do it. No one's listening. You're embarrassing yourself. I said, babe, just let me do it and see what happens. And it went out, and all of a sudden, 3.5 months later, there are 30,000 teachers all over the country that are standing united. And then we joined with the nurses, and then the fireys, and the paramedics, and the police as well. There are some, yes. And what I discovered along this journey is that freedom is not theirs to give us. We are born free under the sun, under God. No one tells me I've got to put a face nappy over my mouth. I breathe the air that I was born to breathe. Now I know there were thousands more here before and the sun got to us, and I know that there's a few brave warriors here left. And I thank you for that, and I thank everyone else that came and that marched. Now people say to me all the time, well Mac, what's the point of these protests? Oh, we all get together on a Saturday or Sunday, we sing Kumbaya, the cops shut the street, and then we all go home. That is bull. Because I'll tell you now, if we didn't rally the people in the last 3 months, you think about what happened the 24th in June. You think about what happened in Melbourne. You think about the rubber bullets, the pepper spray, the tear gas all over the country. And if we didn't rally these last 3.5 months to get hundreds of thousands of people all across the country to stand up, they would have walked right over us. You wouldn't be having Freedom Day on the 15th of December. But we stood up. These things make a difference. You make a difference, every single one of you. Now, I'm not asking you to go out there and, put out a halftime speech and make a lot of enemies. Leave that to me, because believe me, I'm making a lot of enemies. Apparently, I control the world. I'm part of an organisation that controls the world. But this is what they do. They want to divide us. They want to tear us down. They want to bring you down. But every morning you wake up, you need to understand and you need to know that you are your own being. No one is going to come and save you. No one is going to come and give you your freedom. And most of all, no one is going to come and tell you how you have to live your life and what you must do. That is up to you. Now, 3.5 months ago when I organised in Parramatta the first Reclaim the Line, I did it in secret. The cops turned up at my door the day before and said, we believe we have a hot tip or an anonymous tip that you are inciting a protest. I said, well, let me give you a hot tip. I can give you the address of 5 known pedophiles. How long is it going to take you to get to their house? And he looked at me and he said, son, you won't be seeing me again. Thank you very much. And the next day at Parramatta, I marched with about 700 brave people that came out during the lockdowns, and we began to reclaim the line. And then we saw a spark ignite across the whole country of protests. And there were freedom fighters before me. And we have to always honour those. Even just as recently, who was at the Millions March 2 weeks ago? Mike Sims. Fantastic work. Who was at the Worldwide Rally for Freedom the week before with the Aussie Cossack? That's right. These people, they've been doing it for a while. My moment of truth, and this is what I want every one of you now. I'm going to leave you with this. What is your moment of truth? My moment of truth was last year when I was sitting at home. Life was good. Yeah, we're in lockdown. And there was a brave woman, a mother by the name of Renee, with her 6-year-old son, walking outside State Parliament House, holding a sign, fighting for our rights. She was only with a group of 10 people. She was dragged away. Her child was ripped from her arms. And you all remember it. And I got up and I said, not on my watch. I felt ashamed as a man that there was a woman out there, a mother with a child, standing up for my rights. And I said, I don't care if it's the last thing I do. I am marching up that hill because this is the hill that I die on. This is the hill that we all must die on. You were all born for this moment. Trust me, you were all born for this time. Now, I'm telling you now, we are halfway up that hill. These protests aren't useless. We are halfway up the hill and we're going to break the back of that hill. And when we get to the top, we're going to see victory. Because if they rub us out, they come for the children. And this is who they are coming for. They are coming for the children. And I went to sleep and I asked, everyone knows, I'm a man of faith, a man of God. I asked God, what do I do? All this that's happening around me, the mother being dragged away, people being pepper sprayed. And I woke up the next morning and I felt this heavy shield and sword like it was on me. And I knew I had a job to do. And that is what I'm doing. And my job is to rally all the spiritual warriors in Sydney, in Melbourne, in Perth, in Adelaide, in Darwin, wherever you are. And to tell you one thing. Pick up your shields, pick up your swords, and don't give them another inch. Now we are nearly done. We've only got 2 things left. And I want everyone to stay. We're going to sing Waltzing Matilda with my good mate of 40 years. We've been fighting the bullies together for 40 years from school. My good mate John Steffen helped put this together. We're all going to sing a song. And then I've asked Father Dave to give us a closing prayer. And we're also going to play the last post in memory of the freedom fighters before us, the Anzacs, the soldiers in World War II and all the wars in between, and everyone that has perhaps lost their lives in the last 2 years, not to COVID, but to suicide, and perhaps also the shot itself. And we know it happens, and we need to remember them, and we need to honour them. So please, thank you. Stay with us. We're about to wrap it up, but before we do, how about a song?
Thank you. Come on, sing as loud as you can.